Hello, my friend. Abner Hunter here from abnerhunter.com. Happy to spend some time with you in another video. Are you tired already of new VSTs? I guess not. So I have for you one cool new free plugin that it's available for free. I will leave you the link in the video description, and I will also share with you a couple of interesting deals in some music production tools. Alright, and as usual, I will leave you also timestamps in case that you want to move around between the mini segments of the video. Before we begin with the content, let me invite you quickly to my website, abnerhunter.com, where you can grab some additional freebies, such as some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players, also some free tools, such as some collections of guitar impulses, some collections of drum sample bags, among other utilities, and finally, don't forget to check out the channel or my blog, which I'm updating almost every day with content like this. Okay, let me know if you are here in the live chat. I see here Sound Healer already. Thanks a lot, my friend. Greetings to France, all the way down here in Mexico. So let's go with the new releases. Companies seem to like be unstoppable with new plugins, right? You could say that it's an already saturated market since some time ago, but anyway, I think the market it's like that because of the consumers, us. So we are the ones feeding the market, I think, right? And we just can't get enough of these tools. Alright, so let's move on here to my session. Okay, so let's start with the brand new equalizer by Analog Obsession. It's called UREQ, and it's a very smooth equalizer with very musical EQ curves, 4 bands, specifically in fixed bands that sound very musical when you cut or boost those bands. And also you have high pass and low pass filter here, and also a gain compensated input that introduces some cool saturation when you apply it. Alright, so you have here the low band. You can choose 3 frequencies here, 60, 110 and 180, and you have the boost or cut knob here, right? Then you have the low mid band, 400 hertz, 830 and 1 kilohertz, 1000, and then you have the upper like high mid band or mid high band, 2K, 4K and 7K, and finally the top end where you can boost or cut 5K, 11K and 18K, right? Finally you have an output here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Very cool equalizer, as all of the plugins by Analog Obsession. Let's check it out in this drums first. Let's boost 60. Some boost for the kick drum down there, some brightness in the cymbals here. Before, after. By the way, the high pass and low pass filter are set and fixed to 80 hertz and 12K, right? That's the... It can be useful for vocals, for guitars, stuff like that, right? Snare, yeah. And I think the frequencies are very well chosen. Let's cut here low mid area in the drums. let's add this. Some presence to the snare right there. Alright, let's check it out also on these guitars. The UR EQ, just released today, by the way. Let's high pass. Just to eliminate some low-end rumble that we don't need in a mix, for instance, and also some of the highs that we don't need. We can create some space there in the highs for the air in the vocals, the air in the cymbals, and in the lows, of course, to leave from 80 Hz and below to the kick drum and bass guitar. Let's apply some highs, compresses, some mids, let's apply some saturation with the input. Cool. Great change, I think, and I love Analog Obsession plugins for the feature of the gain compensation, which is automatic in a lot of the plugins when you drive saturation and stuff, and I love this plugin for this feature as well. Let's move on with the next plugin in this list. It's the brand new release by Sonox. It's called Voca, and it's a compressor and saturator plugin, very simple to use, very straightforward, that will give you some like finished vocals in no time. Also one cool thing about this plugin is that it has by default it has the auto input here, and it will automatically set the input level to be optimized, right? And you have here the auto input, you have here the compressor that you can turn off and turn on like that, very simple, and the saturation, and this circle you start to add compression, right? There's no like parameters like attack, release and stuff like that. Everything has been already set up for vocals to give you a quick result, like for top vocal processing and stuff, right? That's heard in top or mainstream radio or stuff like that, like if super finished vocal in seconds. So if you start to increase this, you have the stabilize here, and you can squish the vocals like that, right? With compression, adding a ton of consistency to the vocal sound, and also saturation, which is another form of compression, but adding character to the vocal sound. It's focus, it's like horizontally, and saturate vertically, right? So yeah, pretty cool. And finally you have a knob here to de-ess or remove harshness in the signal. You just apply it and you're gonna start to see the reduction here in a meter, right? So let's put this to default here, like 0%, like that, and let's put the compressor also 0% here. Okay, so let's start with this vocal. Let's enable auto input, and I have this vocal track that is very dynamic, as you see here. some peaks, some valleys, some very small waveforms, and some other peaks here. And I want to put this vocal more consistent, reduce the dynamic range, apply some character with the saturation, and in that way it will fit better in a mix. Let's check it out.
This is our time.
So it's already
no more excuses. We can change this.
It's already setting the input automatically optimized for this plugin.
This is our time.
Let's apply compression.
No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuses. This is our time.
You see there, and you can hear like very clear the spike in the signal.
This is our time.
Right? And with compression, it stays very consistent.
This is our time.
And you even see here the meters as well.
This is our time.
It's not jumping all over the place. Let's apply some character with this.
This is our time. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuses. This is our time. No more excuses. We can change this.
Super consistent, the vocal signal, and with cool character and saturation.
Our time. No more excuses. We can change this.
Also, if you enable the soften,
this is our time. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No.
We probably need to increase the volume a bit to make it fit in this vocal, in this track.
This is our time.
Before.
No more excuses. We can change.
Right, let's check it out in context.
This is our time. No more excuses. We can change this. This is our time to break this down. No more excuses. We can change this.
Right, it leaves the vocal and sitting nicely in the instrumental. And since I sometimes do some crazy experiments, and this plugin is made of course only for vocals, right, I'm gonna use it on drums just to know what the compressor and saturation does to the signal on these drums. Okay, right, auto input, let's apply some compression. So it works as well in compression. We can remove some harshness. Let's apply some saturation. Right? It's not like heavy saturation. It's meant for vocals, so it's not gonna be very aggressive. but still. Alright, so remember that you can always experiment and use these plugins on other sources besides the one that it's meant to be used in. So finally, let's check out this channel strip by PSP AudioWare that currently has a huge sale at the moment. I believe this is one of the lowest prices I have seen this channel strip. It's called the Infini strip, okay, and you're gonna have here almost 20 like processors in one like plugin, in one window, right? So this is like when you open up the plugin, you have the option to see it like in full view mode, right? From left to right. You can also see it in this small window, and you can also see it mini like that. You're gonna see all of the processors here. I'm gonna use this for the moment, let's say. Okay, and you start to add all of these different processors. You have in this channel strip preamps, different preamps, right? Filters, gates, compressors, equalizers, limiters, control master, and de-essers, dehummer, and reactive EQ, which it's like dynamic equalization, right? So for instance, let's add something here. And by the way, also you can, if you have for instance the full view, you're gonna see if you want to add a preamp, filter, gate, compressor, you see the name, right, of the different categories. And here you just put this menu and you can add them. You turn off the plugin like this, and this one, by the way, it's zero latency a plugin, so it can be used live. So pretty cool. You have a ton of features, right, for many instruments like that. And so for instance, let's also you can change the order of the plugins, right, the signal chain like that. So for instance, let's add something here, preamp, this preamp from the 60s, filters, let's add another one here, for instance, preamp from the 80s, right, with the gain, also auto gain compensation, reference, the drive, noise, the analog coloration, right? You can mute if you want to silence or to, just to silence any part of the processing chain, you just mute it, or you can also solo it. And okay, filters, basic filters like high cut and low cut like that. Also gates, right? Tag, release, hold, threshold. You see the gain reduction here. Let's also check out some different compressors. Opto compressor, a FET compressor, reacts faster to vocals and other like transients. VCA compressor, EQ. You have also 3 EQs here. This equalizer with 4 bands, highs, high mids, low mids, and lows here, right? You can also apply analog coloration to this, and also limiter. You have 4 limiters here: opto limiter, VCA, brick wall. Pretty straightforward, right? The controls, the mode, release, ceiling, and stuff like that. Saturator as well. So many cool things. You can remove it just like that. You have a master control here to add width and balance to like left and right. Okay, you double click, by the way, and it resets by default. And you can also insert X. You can this dynamic EQ, and dehummer, de-esser, right? Brightness, attenuation, stuff like that. Right, so pretty cool, and you can, like I said, move the different processors like that. And also, each one of these processors have individual presets, right? Like for instance, this compressor, VCA compressor, has soft comp, density, fast limited, hard limit, slow limit, squeezer, right? The saturator, for instance, or the preamp, soft, saturator, driven, analog, stuff like that, right? So I'm gonna use this plugin in some drums first. So let's check it out. Okay, let's apply some saturation here with auto gain. And pretty cool that you can, like, for instance, let's put the window like that. Let's choose, for instance, if you choose different compressors, you can compare them. Or different saturators, for instance, right? So, for instance, you can insert here on these insert X or Y, for instance, another saturator from the 60s, and you can compare them. Right? Both saturators working there. Let's use an EQ here. Some highs. By the way, on these EQs, here you have the decibels in this knob in the center, and the knob outside the center, it's for the frequencies. You can change the EQ curves in these selectors, like bell curve, high shelf, and high shelf with a smoother curve, or high shelf with a steeper curve. For instance, let's add some lows. Right, so I have two stages of saturation now. Let's add an opto compressor here. Slow attack time, fast release time. Ratio 4:1. All right. Okay, let's use, for instance, a saturator, another one here. So on and so forth, right? You have all of these into just one window. Pretty convenient, I think. And this price, it's yeah, one of the lowest I have ever seen it. And so let's check out also on these guitars. Let's check out some presets here for guitar. retro. One saturator here, or preamp, emulation, and then some filters. Guitar stereo grunge. Electric guitar. Super nice saturation, right? Let's add, for instance, another saturator here. Preamp, the 60s. Oops, sorry. Oops. Super high output there. Filter. So yeah, there you go, my friends. Those are the plugins for today. Please let me know what you think of these plugins here in the live chat or in the comment section. I'm gonna be very interested to know your opinions about these. I see here Acoustic. Hello, Acoustic. Hey, Mark Lee. Hola, dice Mark. Hello, Mark. Nice. What's all I need for trap vocals? I'll check into investing soon. I like this. Well, trap vocals, Jik Waba. Well, I think as in other genres, you need equalizers and compressors first. You can start with some free ones. There are plenty of amazing ones. So if you master EQ and compression, you are like 80% there, right? Then you can invest in some other tools. And so yeah, that would be my starting point. Marcos Herrón, buenas noches, Abner, desde Costa Rica, Puerto Limón. Qué buenos BSTs, gracias por traerlos al chat. Gracias a ti, Marcos, por estar pendiente aquí de esto. Hola, Marcos Herrón. Gary Thompson, hello, Gary. Shout out to everyone in the chat and the man himself, Abner. Shout out to you, my friend, you are always here supporting the channel. I appreciate it very much. Yeah, great having some time with you, my friends. Before we leave, let me invite you one last time to my website, abnerhunter.com, where you can grab some additional freebies, such as some free PDF guides and ebooks from music producers and guitar players, also some free tools, such as some collections of guitar impulses, some collections of drum sample packs, among other utilities, and finally, don't forget to check out this channel or my blog, which I am updating almost every day with content like this, okay? And so yeah, thanks a lot for watching, my friend. I will see you very soon in the next one, alright? Bye bye, take care, and have a great evening, day, morning, afternoon, everything. Bye bye.